Last December, I was blessed with my mom's surprise visit from Lithuania. Very interesting visit indeed. Being far away from her, I missed out on how much she left out of the technology. Where at the beginning it was a matter of choice between using PC and sticking to the old ways, now being separated actually does you a great deal of problem. It has additional costs, requires extra effort just to perform little simple life tasks. It gave me an idea. What big changes in the world around us can affect someone like her? Is there a possibility for someone whose parents are on this final decisive stage before submerging themselves into this important life skill? Maybe it will make you act, or it will help trying to negotiate that initial skills that have to be attained sooner or later. TV is dead, long-lived content. I do not have a cable for the last 6 years now, not because I don't want to entertain myself, but I do not see point to pay large sums of money to consume content someone else making me watch. All my escapism needs are met by YouTube and other streaming services. News I watch online anyways. Instead of having to watch morning show on TV, I can find niche interests like Ben Heck's show, where I, for entertainment, watch electronic engineer build very cool gadgets and entertainment becomes entertainment. If you, like my mom, have to pay for a cable, you probably spend close to €100 every month. Retail loss is paid by on-site customers. I believe in helping the local economy, but there is a limit. If I'm being sold a poor product or service with twice of a price I can get online, bad luck. Using online retailers to compare prices and save money is a necessity. Local businesses have to move their operations to web anyway. There are various programs used to bringing local business online. Money being offered by EU government as we speak. My mother depends on the local retailers or at best or worst catalogs. She just bought the shoes for €60 which she could buy online for €10. Pay double for her medications in the pharmacy and pays the loss incurred by inefficient business models. Lost knowledge. Everyone now talks about the knowledge economy, but sadly often knowledge is delivered by people who have no clue. Because ways information is distributed is changing, knowledge of previous generations becomes less accessible. For example, if there is a need for a creative writer or a translator to a rare language and someone with a great experience needs additional income, if that person is not skilled in using computer, they are not accessible for most cases. I remember economy lectures and how greater money exchange is boosting the economy, but in the same time such large portion of population is being pushed out of online economy. I mean not as consumer, but also as vivid earners and creators. Point number 4, low skilled work is decreasing. First, there was agricultural economy, where most wealth was created and therefore jobs created. Then there was industrial revolution and the economy. And then the majority of jobs were manual with a shift towards some having to specialize to maintain and invest in machinery. As machines were powered by the coal, those who mined it made money, but with the new advances in regulations very quickly joined welfare. For a good while working for the benefit of few Western countries. It eventually became cheapest is the best game and China literally became factory of the world. Almost instantly, labor force who spent their lives in a state of false security went on strikes as the employers moved east, making sure few low-skilled manufacturers would dare to set up operation. Now, most of manufacturing in the area I live is done by engineers and not your average father of three named Bob. Council officials is actually having a bigger headache how to employ low-skilled part of the population, as those are the weakest, least educated and or immigrants with little possibility to move up the value chain. Point number 5, working with hands versus working with your head. I remember when I was growing up in a farm, I had to work hard with my father. I think it was his way of educating me. Every single time it seemed me struggle, he repeated, look at this, how people work. Then they have to work with their hands. The choice is yours. Do you want to work with your hands or you want to work with your head? In the beginning, we all healthy, strong. Working manual labor is actually more financially rewarding. It takes time and persistence to earn much more in professional services. But the difference is that your knowledge becomes your biggest asset. Your health factors such as weak joints have less effect on your earning potential. And the more you know, the more you can earn and eventually give back to the society. Whereas your health deteriorates. Conclusion is, do not make this piece of depressive. Only share my ideas and worry. Also, maybe someone by reading this article will decide to work on including parts of society in need to the digital age. There is a number of skills that I wish my mother knew. By the way, it's really difficult to teach a parent. The internet can solve a lot of problems, and it is unfair that default is favor someone who grew up and is excluded ones who raised them. Postscriptum. As I wrote this article, my mother started using laptop for Skype.
I'm boozing and steering, hitting a spliff and sticking my dick through a